Guys, welcome back to Curious Minds, and today we will be seeing about the background on the Chernobyl nuclear power plant accident. So let's start with the video right now. On 26th April 1986, a sudden surge of power during a reactor systems tested the destroyed Unit 4 of the nuclear power station at Chernobyl, Ukraine in the former Soviet Union. The accident and the fire that followed released massive amounts of radioactive material into the environment. Emergency crews responding to the accident used helicopters to pour sand and boron the reactor debris. The sand was to stop the fire and additional release of the radioactive material. The boron was to prevent the additional nuclear reactions. A few weeks after the accident, the crews completely covered the damaged unit in a temporary concrete structure called the sarcophagus. To limit further release of radioactive material, the Soviet government also cut down and buried a square mile of pine forest near the plant to reduce radioactive contamination at the near site. Chernobyl's three other reactors were subsequently restarted, but all eventually was shut down for good, with the last reactor closing in 1999. The Soviet nuclear power authorities presented their initial accident report to the International Atomic Energy Agency meeting in Vienna, Austria in August 1986. After the accident, officials closed off the area within 30 kilometers of the plant except for the persons with official business at the plant, those people who are evaluating and dealing with consequences of the accident and operating the undamaged reactors. The Soviet government evac- evacuated 1,15,000 people from the area, from the most heavily contaminated areas in 1986 and other 22 lakh people in the subsequent years from the contaminated areas. The Chernobyl accident's severe radiation effects killed 28 of the 600 site workers in the first 4 months after the event, and another 106 workers really received high enough doses to cause acute radiation sickness. Two workers died within hours of reactor explosion from non-radiological causes, and another 2 lakh cleanup workers in 1986 and 1987 received doses of between 1 and 100 rem. The average annual radiation dose for US citizen is 6 rem. Chernobyl cleanup activities eventually required 6 lakh workers, although only small fraction of those workers were exposed to elevated levels of radiation. Government agencies continue to monitor cleanup and recovery workers' health. The Chernobyl accident contaminated wide areas of Belarus, the Russian Federation, Ukraine, inhabited by millions of residents. Agencies such as World Health Organization have been concerned about radiation exposure to people evacuated from these areas. The majority of 5 million residents living in contaminated areas, however, received very small radiation doses comparable to natural background levels. Today, the available evidence does not strongly connect the accident to radiation, including increases of leukemia and solid cancer. So, experts even expected that some cancer deaths might eventually be attributed to the Chernobyl over the lifetime of emergency workers, evacuees, residents living in the most contaminated areas. While cancer deaths have been generally been far lower than the initial speculations of tens of thousands of radiation-related deaths. A recent study of cohort of emergency workers found statistically significant relative risk of solid cancer incidence and mortality. Yes, there are also psychosocial impacts on residents and evacuees from the disaster, including high rates of depression and anxiety over potential health effects. Residents report very negative self assessments of health, unexplained physical symptoms, and expectations of a short life. So that's all about the Chernobyl disaster and what caused the Chernobyl disaster. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't forget to hit the like button, and for more videos, don't forget to subscribe to Curious Minds. And if you have any ideas or topics, do suggest in the comment box. Until a good video, this is me, Curious Mind, signing off. Bye.